All right, guys, I am so sorry. The last live broadcast I made, I was told you couldn't hear me. I'm so sorry. So please, can you hear me now, guys? Can you hear me now? Can somebody please just help me to just make a comment that you can hear me? I'm so sorry for that, for the last one. Yeah, hello guys, can you hear me now? You couldn't hear me the last time, so sorry for that. Okay. All right, guys, how you doing? Yeah, you know, at a point during one of our live broadcasts, I talked about some factors that are responsible for marital delay. Okay, yes, I can hear you. Thank you, Luafunke. I'm grateful. So we've talked about on this platform during one of our live broadcast periods, and we talked about some factors that are possibly responsible for marital delay. And but we've not really talked about finance as a major factor that causes marital delay. It's actually a primary factor that, causes marital delay. And it's applicable to you if you're single or if you're married. There are so many people that are in good relationships. They don't actually have problems. They love each other. They're doing well. The only reason why they are not actually married yet is because of finance. I know there are so many people in that categories. If you fall into this category, I want to assure you that you can make a move that will actually break that barrier for you. So you can't keep waiting. Some of us, our take home, our monthly salary is so small that you wonder how many years you will save to be able to gather the money that it will require for you to be able to take your wife home. The apartment alone, your annual salary will not even be able to take care of your apartment alone, let alone other occasions, the ceremonial part, which is the wedding. So many things. So your brain can begin to run right, left, east, west, go, and at the end of the day, you just wonder when you will eventually get married. Now, I'll be coming up with a live broadcast on Saturday, 9 a.m. UTC +1, the West African time, the Nigerian time. I'll be coming up with a live broadcast to address finance when it becomes a marriage blocker for you. There are actually strategies you can actually put in place to handle the issue of finance. Okay, even though if your monthly salary is so small that the way you are doing your calculations, you know that in the next 5 years you may not be ready for marriage, and this lady is getting angry, is getting mad at you, thinking you don't love him, and it's just finance. And a lady that you are cutting with that understands this with you, you guys are just praying. Now, beyond praying, beyond doing so many jobs to fix things together, listen to me. I will be coming up with some strategies that I will be presenting to you on how you can manage what you have to get settled down. Okay, a major problem that we have, most especially in this part of the world, in Africa, is we seem to have developed a kind of mindset where we assume there is a way we must do it if we want to settle down in marriage. And there's so many people spend so ridiculously, and they do not even plan. A lot of people go for loans because of their wedding ceremony. They go for loans, and these loans, they keep paying for years or for months after the wedding ceremony. It's not, definitely it's not wise. So I will be putting you through some strategies on, even though if your salary is 50,000 naira or lesser than that, I'll be putting you through some strategies on how you can work with what you have and you will still get married and settle down. And even though if you are the lady, yeah, there are roles you will play to support this guy, because once something good happens to him, automatically it affects you. Now, the finance, being a marriage blocker, is not only for singles. Even though you are married, I know there are some married people that if not for finance, they wouldn't be having problem with their partners, okay? So we'll be talking about it on how you can manage your finance so that it doesn't become like a problem, an open door, you know, for problems into your marriage. There are ways, there are things you can do. So don't just say because he needs to get another job. We have people that have a bigger salary than your husband or than your wife, and yet they still cry that they have financial problem. Now, one thing is, when we talk about financial problem in marriage, most especially, they are in two ways. If you don't have it, it becomes a problem. Now, if you also have it, it can also be a problem. So these strategies in this forthcoming live broadcast on Saturday, 9 a.m. UTC +1, the West African time. So if you have the money and it's still a problem in your marriage, what can you do? How can you manage it? What are the things you're supposed to put in place? And if you're not married, the reason why you're not married, for example, the dowry alone, that is the bride price alone, in some places, in some cultures, and that is where you have picked your wife from. It's like more than the money of the apartment you will be paying. And you've talked about everything, thought about everything, and it's as if there is no headway. There is no just way, there's no how you can meet up with this. It's ridiculous, but there is a way you can actually meet up. Most of the time when we don't plan, we don't know we can make do with what we have. You don't need to go for loans that will enslave you for years after your wedding, and you begin to run about, and then you tarnish your image because you can't even pay back. All right, so you will be having some strategies free of charge, as the Holy Spirit will help us, okay, that you will use to be able to manage such situations so that you can settle down. If you are in your marriageable age, you've desired to settle down with your wife, so you'll be good to go by the special grace of God. All right, so I need you to invite others to be part of this broadcast on Saturday. Let them be part of it. They will be calling too. So you should be ready to ask questions, and I'll be bringing up some cultural presentations from some different parts of Nigeria. Okay, that is, for example, if you are getting married to a lady from the East, okay, it's not a general thing. The bride price might be this. So apart from the bride price, there are certain things you are expected to bring, and then you've analyzed this and you made up your mind that I'm not going for a lady from the East at all. If the only thing I will do without my apartment and other things to settle in the home will be using, in the house will be using, I'll be spending close to ₦1 million or close to $3,000 okay, to just settle the family of my wife. It looks like you are going to buy the girl, right? So there are ways you can go about it. There are ways, and you'll be good to go. Okay, you need to settle down, and I have been praying for you guys that marital delay, you must break through marital delays. So as you pray to break through marital delays, you must also strategize at the same time. So join me on Saturday and let's talk about money. Money, 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 money. Don't let it frustrate you. Money has wings, it can fly, so don't depend on money totally. You need more than money to sustain your relationship and your marriage. You've got to be wise, and you've got to know how to manage money very well. And I pray God will give you understanding to be able to handle the situation at hand. And one thing you should also take note of when it comes to money and marriage, or other blessings. Marriage is something so mysterious somehow, something so, at least from experience. There are certain blessings, there seems to be certain blessings that you don't have except marriage is in place. Fine, God blesses, okay? But certain blessings seems to be attached somehow mysteriously to when marriage is in place. So if you can only plan well with God on your side, certain blessings will definitely, get connected to you. Just make sure you have a clear understanding, love, truth, sincerity between you and your partner, and the issue of finance will not really be major, sincerely, if we can strategize. So be part of it, and please share this video, invite other people. I need you to invite people to also be connected to this, and I'm sure that God will help us. So also, before you go, ladies, don't forget, tonight is going to be the 7th night of the She Grace Recovering Your Glory. Invite other ladies and be part of this broadcast. I look forward to seeing you. I say God bless you guys. See you on Saturday. The Saturday broadcast is for everybody. Please invite someone. We'll be talking about finance and money and how it affects our marriage. God bless you, and thank you for connecting to this. God bless you.